Welcome back, everybody. This is Paul with C2 Overland, and today I got something a little bit different. We're taking the kayak out. I got Dungeness crab fishing gear on here, and we are going to go kayak crabbing for Dungeness crab. And if everything lines up right, we should put some on the kayak. And I'm going to take you the whole way. All the kayak action is going to be first-person view from a head mount, so you can really get a hands-on feel for what I'm doing. If the weather's good over Tomales, I hope to put some drone shots in there too and showcase that bay. It's a pristine bay. They still harvest oysters out there. If you know anything about water, if oysters are still growing out there, then that water's clean and in good shape. So anything you pull out of there is high quality fish, crab, oysters, clams. It's all super high quality, and I love to go out there this time of the year and harvest and get food for my family. The recreational crab season is open in California right now at this time. It's November 24th, but the commercial season is closed. So the only way to get fresh crab right now is to go out and do it yourself, unless you want to eat the holdover crab that was frozen. You've had fresh crab like this before, you know what I'm talking about. This is the way to go and get it, so I'm excited to share that with everybody. There'll be some safety tips, kayak tips, tons of crab kayak tips, just crabbing in general with Conicals. So you should find this video useful. So if you want to go on a crabbing expedition with C2 Overland, sit back and enjoy, and I'll do all the work. And hopefully we're successful and we get some dungies in the kayak. But if we don't, we had a good time. So we'll see how it goes. And I will see you on the water. Alright, so here we got some chicken thighs for bait. Alright, so for bait holders, we're using these little blue net bags. These things work great. I put a little stainless steel carabiner on the bottom, and it helps me attach them better inside of the conical. Alright, so each bait holder is getting 3 pieces of chicken and 1 big piece of fish. And then we're going to put some cat food in there too for a scent broadcaster. So I like cutting the labels off the cat food cans ahead of time. That way they don't go into the ocean and I don't have to worry about throwing them away. Alright, so a little finishing knot here to the sliding tab keeps it locked closed so the crabs can't pull your bait bag open. Okay, so the idea behind the cat food is to act as a scent broadcast, and that scent gets washed around in the current. The crabs pick up on that scent, follow the scent trail into your trap or your hoops, and then the bait inside keeps them in there eating so you can pull them in. Now here's a tip. Crabs like dead, but they don't like rotten. So use fresh bait. Don't use rotten bait inside of your pots and traps. It doesn't fish as well. Alright, so this stuff goes in the plastic bag. The plastic bag goes in the net bag, and that goes in the freezer until I'm ready to roll. That way when I get on the fishing grounds, I just pull this net bag out, load up my hoop rings, and throw them over the side of the kayak. It makes the whole process real easy. And when you're on the water, you want things to be easy. Alright, so this kind of crab trap is a hoop ring, or fixed hoop ring, or conical, as we like to call them. You have a buoy, you have your name, your identification on there, your California fishing ID number on there, and you can burn all your numbers on your buoys with a wood burner if you want to get custom. I got 60 feet of lead core filled line on there, and you want to use lead core filled line because it sinks and doesn't get caught in boat props. So here you take the carabiner and you take the line from your bait net, slide it under a space in your crab pot, and then you're going to pull it underneath and click the carabiner on. And that's going to keep your bag down and keep the crabs from being able to get your bag open. So the common theme here is to be organized with your gear, because when you're fishing out of a kayak in the ocean or in the bay, the last thing you want is a bunch of drama. So the better organized you are before you fish, the better time you're gonna have. Okay, so here I got a 2.5 pound dumbbell weight that's just fixed to the bottom of the trap. That'll keep it down when the current gets ripping. I would definitely recommend weighing down your crab traps. You don't want to lose these things, they're expensive. And there you have it, a nice little tidy bundle ready to go. Okay, these are essential items. PFD, personal flotation device, this will save your life. This one's designed for kayaks. The back's cut out for the seat. You definitely want to have some sort of knife in case you get in an emergency situation. Sun protection, that's a face cover. Emergency whistle, in case you need to get somebody's attention real quick. Some type of scissors. These come in handy for cutting all kinds of things out on the water. Gloves. When you're out fishing, the sun kills the top of your hands, so you want to have your hands covered up, and some chapstick. Yeah, you need that. That's where I keep my phone for quick access. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. An emergency radio. Channel 69, that's the party channel. Channel 16, that's the Coast Guard distress channel. That's the channel you call when you need help. This is an essential piece of gear. I recommend you spend the money on this. It could save your life someday. This model is a standard Horizon Marine radio. It has a quick access button, that's the red one for channel 16. Remember channel 16, it could save your life. You can also lock the keys. And the back of this radio has a distress beacon button for emergencies. You can flip it around, pull the safety, and hit the distress beacon. That's a nice little comfort feature. So this model PFD is an NRS Chinook, and I took the clip off the back of the radio and it conveniently mounts up here by your left breastplate. I put a longer antenna on to give this radio a little more reach. Plus the antenna doesn't poke me in the ear. So it secures in the strap. You slide the lock in for the clip and boom, you got a safety radio right by the side of your head. You can hear people when they're talking to you. And it's right there for emergency situations. Be safe out there. Don't forget your crab gauge. The legal size California Dungeness crab is 5 3/4 across the back. I'll show you the measure point on the kayak. A good quality kayaking jacket or a rain jacket works fine, and a wetsuit. Definitely need that. Alright, let's talk how we're going to get our crabs home fresh. Instant live well. You just take a cooler, put a bubbler in it. Make sure you have enough space for all your crabs. A one-way valve so you don't suck water back. Hook your bubbler up. Add some seawater. Keep your crabs fresh for the ride home, and maybe the day after if you're lucky. So now what we're doing, we are going to convert the overland rig to stick the kayak in the back, and everything that I have back here, the refrigerator, the slide out pantry, all this stuff is on nut certs. So this Jeep's like a modular setup. I can conform it to anything I want to do. I mean, I'm in the middle of a kayak trailer build, but for now I just haul the kayak back here. So I want to talk about this. This is an ARB threaded adapter for the fridge mount, and this is a good idea because it's a threaded connection, and when you're driving around off-road, if your refrigerator was to become unplugged and let's just say you didn't catch it right away and you had some good food in there, that can be a bad idea. So with the threaded connection, you don't need to worry about that as much. So that's something that I think is a good upgrade if you don't have it already. Alright, that's enough jaw jacking. Let's hit the road and get some crabs. So I don't know if you can see, but on my fish finder I already have some marks where I'm going to drop my pots at from previous seasons. So having a graph and marking where your buoys are, that helps when the weather gets crappy for you coming back and actually being able to find your gear. So with this kayak, I have the ability, I could just spot lock over these spots I already have. And they're in 30 feet of water. And I got 40 feet of line on there, so you definitely want 10 feet of play around line when you're throwing your crab pots in Tomales Bay, because the water level gets pretty high and low real fast, and you can get tangled up in kelp, and you really need that extra slack on your crab lines. So right here, we're just gonna hit the spot lock on this spot. And then see, the motor will just hold me in this location with the GPS. And this is gonna be the location for pot number 1. So let's get pot ready. We got one out. Let's get it baited up. And this is why I make up all my bait ahead of time, so I can just clip it in and throw it over the side. I could even put it in the parking lot if I wanted to, but I'll just do it here. So we just take this clip and clip it in the center. I like to go under the bar right here and then pull it through, and that keeps that end down. And then come over here to this side in the netting, loop it around, and then click your carabiner back through the pull tight line for the bait bag. And then the other thing is, make sure your line is ready to go, because when you throw this pot over the side, the last thing you want to do is not have your buoy in the water properly let out. So we'll just let the buoy go out with the tide. The booty go out with the tide. That's good too. But that's a buoy. And see, I already know how much line I have on here, so I'm not just throwing this pot over here blindly. And this is the trick when you set these. Throw them out, let them take up the slack, and hold the line with your hand. That way you make good contact with the bottom, and your Conicals sets down flat so the crab can jump inside of it. You want to feel it make bottom contact before you let go of the line, especially if you don't have a graph. Hopefully the water's not too dirty today. We got a bunch of garbage getting tangled up. See, right now I'm picking it up off the bottom and I'm dropping it. And I got about 20 feet of extra line. So that's how you properly set a hoop net in Tomales Bay. Alright. Fix my foot pedal. Alright, I gotta drop 4 more. Loop them under. So I got cat food down inside of here, so it's already pre-made. So what I do with the cat food is I'll tear this can before I throw the crab pot over. But on the first one I didn't pop the can because I want to see how that one fishes without the cat food. So if the ones with cat food do good, then I'll go back and pop up the other one. So let's get this pin down in here. Alright, and just pop this little lid. This will let the sand out. And the other reason I cut the labels off the cat food too is so they don't go into the bay. And all you need to do is pop it like that, and you're good to go. So remember, buoy's over first and set. So let's untangle this little bungee. I put a little bungee midway in the line so I can wrap these up neat, so I'm not fighting with them when I get out here. Okay, let the tide take your buoy away. Big trick to this is just getting your line out good. I like to use lead-filled line because it sinks and it doesn't get caught in people's boat props. And really, if you're going to be crabbing a lot, you should switch all your line over to lead-filled, lead core line if you don't have it already. It's just a lot safer. It doesn't get caught in your stuff either. So let's drop that guy in. This is pot number 2. See, he's still pulling down. So I'm not going to let this line go until I make bottom contact. And I'm on the bottom because it's been slack. Alright, there we go. That's pot number 2. Alright, let's fly over to 3. Now, having a fish finder or a graph makes this process a lot easier, because then you can just find them on your map and go right to them, because sometimes these buoys can get hard to spot, especially if the water kicks up. So if you don't have one, I'd recommend getting one on your kayak. Do you need it? No, you don't need it. You just need to make sure you know how deep the water is, and make sure you have at least 10 to 15 feet of extra line while your crab conical's sitting on the bottom. You got tides going in and out, so right now I'm still in an incoming tide, so the water's pretty much as high as it's going to get. So if I was at outgoing tide, then I'd know that I'd have even more slack out when I'm dropping my pot in. All right, let's get number 3 in.
Over there.
All right. Let's undo the bungee. See, everything is organized when I get out on the water. You got to have your fishing ID on your buoy, last name, and they used to make you put this extra red one on top a couple of years ago, but I still have it like that. So throw your buoy out, feed it out with the current, string your line out. This is the lead core rope again. You can get this stuff on eBay for super cheap. So there's no excuse not to use it. It just makes the experience a lot easier. It's safer for everybody. Alright, we got our little scent bomb. So the cat food creates a scent. The hard bait makes the crabs stay in the pot and eat your bait so you can catch them. So we have a combination of fish, chicken, which that's what I use. And then this is like a scent broadcasting. So whichever way the tide's going, the scent goes with the tide. The crabs work their way up the tide and then go into your crab pot, and then they stay to eat the good meat. You don't want to be putting rotten meat in your crab pots. Someone once told me crabs like dead, but they don't like rotten. So make sure your bait is fresh, and you'll do a lot better when you're crabbing. That's another tip. And it's true, because it really works. You don't want rotten old fish or rotten chicken or anything like that. So keep your bait fresh and use a lot of it, and you should be successful if there's crabs in the area. Down on bottom. All right, that's number 3. So let's go set 4. Wow, after the weather we just had, look at this day out here. There's nobody here. There's literally like 3 kayakers. Usually this place is swamped. I made a bit of a judgment call. I almost didn't come out here, and I'm glad I did. As long as the wind doesn't kick up, we should have a pretty good experience out here. And this is Tomales Bay. It's in California. It's a beautiful, pristine bay, and it's nice to have this in my backyard. This is probably one of the most beautiful parts of California that I've ever seen. All these people that get to live out here, they are lucky. All right. Let's set number 4. I'm gonna wait till I throw my bait in. These guys are master scavengers. Smart too. I can't believe I'm one of the only people out here. This is great. Usually this place is crawling with boats. Let's go sit the last one. All right, we're in the home stretch. And all it is pulling pots. No, it's not time to eat yet, buddy. See what I'm talking about? He thinks I'm done crabbing. Pull you over. Hopefully we are not all crossed up. All right. And bombs away. That's the last one. Now we just hang out for a while, enjoy the beautiful scenery. I can't believe we're getting this weather right now. I got lucky. Now it's just a waiting game. I will check back in. I'm gonna go pull pot number 1. If you get a limit of 10 crab here, you know, you're looking at a market value of over $200 easily. So these kind of trips are well worth it, especially if they produce. There's really nothing like bringing fresh crab home for your family. The only problem is you spoil your family and then they won't eat crab anywhere they go unless it's fresh. But those who know what I'm talking about. Crab fresh is a whole nother animal compared to the stuff you get at the crab feeds in the casinos and things like that. All right. Okay, crab gods. Let's see what we got. Let's see, there's some crabs in there. Oh, that's a good pot. There's some keepers in there. Definitely a great pot. I will be moving on down here. Oh, let's go. I'd say there's going to be at least two keepers in here. Let's see. Shorty. This guy looks like he's gonna keep. Let go of the rope. Okay, you wanna hold on to it? That's fine. That's a keeper. So, see, it just locks in right there. That's a keeper. We're gonna band this guy up. Now, got nice clean crab, good hard shell. That's what you want, right? So you get your banding tool. Now this will stop this guy from crunching another one inside of your bag. So just come around here. Okay. This one. Alright. Grab another band. Load him up. Okay. And once you get his claws banded, he's relatively harmless. Now this is an important step because if you get a big jumbo and you don't band his claws up and you put him in the live well with the other crab and it's a small live well, he'll just destroy their shells. And we work so hard to come out here and get these crab. We want to preserve it as best we can. So now we take the net bag and we're going to drop this guy in there. Okay, that's where you live now. Alright, and then fix him on your bungee or lanyard. Let's keep him right there and let's move on. I think we might have one more keeper in here, and this looks like the dude. So I'm definitely going to bring my stuff down here just to speed this process up. Damn it. Well, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I'll keep. So you can't push it down. That's a keeper. See, it's locked in there. As long as it's touching, it's illegal. No, you're not getting me, dude. So I'm gonna hold on to this guy in case I don't get any other crab, but if I get a bigger one, I'll let this one go. So it can get bigger for somebody else, but this is the absolute smallest crab you can take legally in California at this moment. Close. Thank you, buddy. Chamber. I think all the rest in there are going to be short, so let's get this guy. I like to check their shells if it's not a good hard shell. I'm going to put it back in the water. You want to let them finish molting and harden up. The soft shell crabs, they don't taste good. As far as Dungeness go, I don't know anything about any other kind of crab. I just know about Dungeness, and when they have the soft shell like that, they're not at their best. So that's not a keeper. There's a female rock crab. Okay, let's go. Come on, I got crabs to get. Come on, buddy. Come on. That's not a keeper. These are all good mid-sized crabs. No keepers, but there's some big crab in this area, so that's good. Hopefully some jumbos will come out and play. Alright. So this is a good spot. I know what you're probably thinking. Why are you just threw all those crab back in? They're just gonna go back in. Yeah, but this little bar right here might be loaded. So it's definitely hard work. I wouldn't say hard because I love doing it, but some people might think this is hard work. So this is a rock crab. Pretty cool. Hard shell. If one of these guys pinches you, you'll see what kind of man or woman you're made out of, because it hurts. But these guys are super strong. They're not very aggressive. They can be. But yeah, when these guys get big, their claws are delicious. People just pop a claw off and throw the whole crab back in so the other claw can grow back. But you can eat these too. I'm looking for Dungeness today. So have a good life, bud. Just smalls. Lots of smalls. So because there's so many, that's all smalls. We're gonna take this pot and bring it back to 5. Current's going out. Throwing on that side's better. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got 2 more. Maybe I know this one's a keeper. Almost a jumbo. Oh man. Kind of beat up. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's a good one. I'll just get a couple more of those. We'll be good to go. That's legal. Well, I can tell you this isn't going to be much of a jumbo trip. This guy's missing a claw. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. We're not going to be picky. Okay, so that makes 4. So we can get 6 more. It's 10 per person. Pull your conicals up, you always want to keep constant pressure on. See, there's a hole right here we hit. It's full of crab. And we're going to limit out quick now because we know where the crab are. Look at this guy right here. This is a jumbo. Well, maybe not, but it's just a good sized crab. Just a good sized crab. No jumbo, but definitely oversized. Nope. 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 That's probably a keeper. See that? It touches. So that guy is legal. Nope, you're not doing that. You gotta be quick with these guys. Alrighty, there we go. Beat. That's a limit, boys and girls. too bad. About 3 hours of work for that limit. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for right there. I don't know, maybe I'm the crab whisperer. If you flip them upside down, they go to sleep. I doubt that though. This guy will pinch you so bad. Alright, well that's not a bad way to finish. That's a nice sized crab. Yeah, we'll take those all day. Alright, we gotta pull these pots up now and get on shore. Up Tomales Bay, and we were successful. We got our limit of 10 Dungeness crabs, so now it's time to head home and get everything cleaned up, start cooking the crab.
Try to quit you,
pro tip right here. Make sure you salt your water. The crab will come out great. Okay, this is important. 17 minutes from when the water starts boiling again after you add the crab. That will ensure you fully cook all 10. Okay, half water, half ice. It's really key to stop this cooking process. If you don't, the crab won't taste right and the meat will be stringy and gummy. When I was 10 years old, my Grandpa Harmon taught me how to clean my first Dungeness crab. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I love you. Work goes into this process. I guess you can call it a labor of love. There's something magical about going out and harvesting your own food. It tastes that much better. Sometimes with fresh ingredients like this, simple is best. So there you have it. That's everything I know about kayak crabbing for Dungeness crab. I hope someone finds something useful from this video. And I want to wish everybody safe travels. Thanks for watching and thanks for supporting. I really appreciate it.